Hello, everyone. My name is Kimberly Thomas. I am your English 10 teacher, and right now I am introducing you to the Literary Studies 10 course. So, English 10, if you didn't already figure it out, it's actually two courses in one. And what we've done this year is we've separated the courses into different modules, into different courses in the hub. So, you will be enrolled in two different English 10 courses, and that depends on what you've chosen. So, if you've picked um, what are my courses? Oh yeah, creative writing 10, literary studies 10, or composition 10. That you will see both of those. So you'll have to complete two courses to get one course. So literary studies 10 is a 2 credit, essentially half a course. And it is great. I am really glad that you picked literary studies 10. It's a lot of fun. We're going to be doing some novel studies. We're going to look at Shakespeare. We're going to look at short stories. We're going to look in depth into these texts, and we're going to have a good time doing it. For some of you, this might be the first time that you're seeing a course like this. It could be overwhelming. Where do I click? What do I look on? Where do I start? But I am here to guide you, so have no fear. This is an overview of the course to kind of get you situated, to see what do I have to do first, what's important, what's not so important. So here we go. I'm just going to go through it quickly, and then you can feel free to email me if you have any questions. You can see all my contact information on the side. My email is ktomas@schoolathome.ca. I check that constantly. So feel free to email me and never, ever, ever say, oh, I'm so sorry, I have a question. It's fine. It's my job. I'm here to help you. I like to hear from you. I want you to email me. So please, please, please feel free to contact me. You're also welcome to call me. And of course, there is also chat. So feel free to add me to your chat, and then you can see when I'm online. So if my light is green, that means I'm online, I'm active, I'm ready to chat. And you are always welcome to chat with me. And if you have a quick question about something, we can always go over it through that way. So there we go. That's me. And this is the course. So you'll notice the first link here is a link to Mrs. Thomas virtual class. We will be having a class once a month at least. I have them scheduled for Wednesdays at 10 a.m., the second Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m. You can click this link and you'll see the actual schedule with the dates and the recordings. And so after we do have our class, which I highly encourage everyone to attend, I find them fun. I like them. I try to make them engaging. We'll have discussions about the course. I'll go over particular assignments and essays and the exams that are in the course. There is an exam in this course. It's a proctored exam. You will have to take it before I can give you a final grade. And it's essentially just a skills-based exam. So you will be asked to read a text, answer questions, and then write a response. And so it's nothing too scary, but you do need to have your screen recorded and your webcam recording while you write, just to ensure authenticity of that you are the one writing your own exam. And that'll be coming up later, and you'll see some information about that. But those are those two first links. So there's my virtual class link, and there's a schedule. I'll always send out a reminder as well, so that students know when we're having an exam. Say, hey, everyone, just to remind you that tomorrow we have an exam at 10 a.m. or a class at 10 a.m. All right, so then really what you're going to do is just click your way down. So you'll notice there's a getting active section, a short stories unit, a novel unit, and then a Shakespeare unit, and then there is a proctored exam. So you'll start with the introduction, and you already are because you've clicked this video and you're watching it. Good for you. You've started well. You'll notice there's some boring information here that you might not be super interested in, but I would recommend just clicking. You'll click the requirements of the course, the information. This schedule is very helpful. I don't know if it's going to pop up here, if you can see it, but you can actually edit these dates. So I have the schedule set up so it's September to, what did I set it as? I think the end of December, beginning of January, because that's half the year. So if you are working on it for half a year, then that would work out great. If you've already completed that and you're watching this now in January, you might want to edit those dates, and you can just make a copy of that and edit those dates yourself, or you can just use it as a guide and know what you have to do each week. Generally speaking, it's about one assignment a week. If it's a larger assignment, you might have 2 or 3 weeks to complete it. If it's a smaller task like a forum or a quiz, you'll be expected to do maybe 2 or 3 of those in a week. Schedule about 3-4 hours a week for your English work. That's generally how much time you'll have to take. And remember, if you don't do 3 hours of work one week, then the next week you're going to be expected to do 6 hours of work. And then the next week it'll be 9 hours of work. So that can really snowball. So really make sure, even if you can only do an hour or 2, that you're setting that time aside every week to say, okay, Thursday afternoons, I'm doing my English work for 3 hours, or Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm doing it for an hour and a half. And that way you won't fall behind. You do have 12 full months to complete this course. I assume most of you are going to be coming in September and wanting to be finished by June, but some of you might say, oh, you know what, I'm starting in January, I'm going to work until next January or whatever, and that's fine. So for your 10 through 12 courses, you are on a 12-month schedule. So you can work at your own pace. At the end of those 12 months, anything that you haven't completed yet will be marked as 0. And if you haven't completed those exams or you haven't completed at least 80% of the course, then you will also be marked, you will not be able to pass the course. So you have to really keep track of that. And I know most of you that's not going to be an issue, but just so that you're aware of what's expected. And with these online courses as well, it is expected that you are working every week. So you can't just not answer emails for 3 weeks or not just submit anything for 4 weeks. That doesn't really fly because I don't see you. So I need to have some sort of communication with you. And it can be a quick little email or a quick little chat to be like, hey, we're visiting my family. I'm not going to do anything until October. Or, hey, I'm working on this assignment. And it's just taking me longer than I thought it would. That is fine. Just feel free to send me something like that so that I know that you haven't fallen off the face of the earth. All right. So there is information here as well about Examity. Feel free to click that. It is something that you have to sign up and make a profile for in order for it to work because it is a separate site. But it is secure and it is affiliated with TLA. And then there is a literacy assessment. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to go on with this literacy assessment right now. It was canceled this year or last year. I'm recording this in the summer. It was canceled last year because of COVID. That was supposed to be the first year that we've had it. So no students have actually taken this yet. Oh, actually, a couple of them took it in last January. But I'm not exactly sure what this is going to look like. It's not an exam. It's an assessment. You don't get a grade. You get like a rubric score. And it goes over all literacy. So it's not an English test by any means, although it does obviously literacy skills. But there's elements, there's like timelines and graphs and maps, and there's like social studies elements, English elements, and science elements. So anyways, I just wanted to put this here so you're aware of, this is the link to the provincial website, and I'll keep you updated on what that is going to look like in the future. But feel free to just kind of be aware that you might be writing an exam either in January or in June. And I said exam, but it is an assessment, not an exam. And we'll talk more about that as more information comes out. Then there's also this teacher bulletin here. This is what I use to send out email blasts to the class. So if there is something I need to talk to you about, like, oh, spring break is coming up, oh, I don't know, school is shutting down forever, I will post it here and then it'll go to your email inbox. If you're joining us a little bit later in the year and you want to see what I've sent out to the class, you can click that and see everything that I've sent to the class. Alrighty, so then you're gonna just keep going. Just kind of keep on going on, and you will go into the Getting Active section. Now you'll notice that some of these sections are restricted. Oh, why can't I click this, Miss Thomas? It's because you have to complete all of the previous assignments and tasks in order to be able to open up. It'll unlock. So you'll see this forum where I ask you to talk about your favorite books. You can't do that until you've done this quiz where I ask you to take a little bit of netiquette information. So you have to complete the previous ones. Now this Getting Active, you'll notice in every single course, they'll ask you to get active. That is because Getting Active is worth 5% of your course load, and the Ministry of Education says we cannot claim you as an active student until you are an active student, which means that you've actually completed some work. And we know that you are hopefully going to finish this course. So we want you to complete all of this stuff before you're active, which includes an assessment, some quizzes, a forum, and an assignment. Alrighty, so once you've completed that, hopefully within the first 3 weeks of enrolling in the course, then you can start just looking at this course as a whole. It'll unlock the rest of the assignments, and you'll go into the short story unit. Now you'll find assignments, quizzes, forums. Each one will be different. Some of them will be timed, so a quiz can be timed. A forum post is a public post, so like in this Getting Active section where I ask you about your favorite books and it's a forum, that is something that everyone else is going to be able to see and comment on as well. So just to be aware of that. Your assignments, like this little hand, that's just for me. I'm the only one that's going to be able to see that, and I'll give you some feedback directly on that. And then quizzes, again, some of them are self-grading. So this one, you'll just grade it right away when you're done. Others, I actually need to go in and mark as well. All right, so I think that covers it. If you have any other questions at all about this course or about what to do, oh, I will mention that yours will look a little bit different than mine, but you still should see a grades on the side. You should be able to check your own grades at any time in your own progress. So you can click this and then you will see your user report. It'll unlock more once you've opened up the rest of the course, but it'll show you what your mark was on each assignment, what your overall mark is right now, and what assignments are still not marked or are incomplete. All right, I hope that's helpful. I will very much look forward to working with all of you. I'm excited. This is going to be a fun course. Feel free to email me and we will get this